Let's bring in Courtney Kealy now, who's in Washington for us. Courtney, the US President Donald Trump congratulated his Israeli counterpart, Benjamin Netanyahu. What else did he have to say?
Well, he was speaking in the White House lawn as he was departing for Texas, where he'll spend later today behind closed doors with his supporters. But let's listen to exactly what he had to say.
I'd like to congratulate Bibi Netanyahu. It looks like that race has been won by him. It may be a little early, but I'm hearing he's won it and won it in good fashion. So he's been a great ally and he's a friend. I'd like to congratulate him. That was a well thought out race, I can tell you. But it looks like Bibi has won that race.
He also said, quote, "We will see good actions in terms of peace." Now, since President Trump has been president here, he has recognized Israel as the sole capital of Jerusalem, much to the dismay of the international community. He's also just recently signed a presidential proclamation recognizing Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Prime Minister Netanyahu said if elected, he will consider annexing all or a bit. We're not quite sure how much of the West Bank. And meanwhile, President Trump has also cut hundreds of millions of dollars to aid the Palestinians, including their security forces, medical care, hospitals, schools, and to refugees, Maria.
And Courtney, does the United States Congress share the same sentiment that you've been describing there?
Well, traditionally, the U.S. Congress on both sides basically are very pro-Israel. Today, we have already seen a tweet by Senator Lindsey Graham saying that it looks like Netanyahu is poised to become the prime minister again in a historic fifth term. Then he also complimented and congratulated Benny Gantz for a good campaign. So he didn't really, unlike the president, he didn't congratulate him for a definitive win. Senator Ted Cruz, also a Republican like Graham, he used it as a cudgel to sort of divide in terms of presidential hopefuls for 2020. He turned it into a campaign kind of tweet by saying, now that Netanyahu has won, which of course we're not sure if it's completely final just yet, but Ted Cruz declared that. He said, will Beto O'Rourke, who's a Democratic hopeful, in 2020, will he rescind his language calling Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a racist? And do other Democratic hopefuls for 2020 also feel this way? Democrats traditionally have been very pro-Israel. Even at AIPAC last week, 2 weeks ago, we saw the top leadership, the Democrats, come out and speak. So it's something here that they're using, one, to divide apart, try to divide the Democrats and Republicans, using it as a presidential political ploy, but also Lindsey Graham just being genuine and saying, congratulations to both sides for now, and then Trump saying that somehow this is going to move a peace plan forward. Of course, there is no peace plan in place. We have not heard what Jared Kushner has in mind. We just hear he has one in mind. Maria.
All right. Courtney, thank you very much for that. Courtney Kealy live for us there in Washington.